A new state law makes it harder for criminals to avoid prosecution by intimidating their victim or witnesses. It's especially helpful in domestic violence cases because intimidation is a key tool of the abuser. As SNN Local News 6 reporter Jim Spiewak explains, the law came to be thanks to some local leaders and victim advocates.
Well, key witnesses and abuse victims that would seek treatment and counsel here at Spark in Sarasota may now have the law on their side in domestic abuse cases.
Once they realize, hey, nothing's going to happen to me if I batter and she calls the police, then they're emboldened to continue to batter.
Cooperation, not always the easiest thing to get from a crucial witness or victim of domestic violence. But thanks to the effort of local lobbyists, a new provision in state law could enable prosecutors to rely more heavily on previous statements to authorities instead of live testimony.
I've talked to women who appear to be really strong and people that you would think would be great in a courtroom setting, and they say that as soon as they hear their abuser's voice, they want to run out of the room. Jessica
Hayes is a director at Spark, a safe place and rape crisis center. She says the new provision is a huge step in the right direction for victims of abuse.
Legally, someone has a right to face their accuser. The dynamics of power and control and the intimidation that they're using on these witnesses is different. That's what changes these cases from other cases.
Susan McMillan of the Domestic Abuse Intervention Project helped push for this new legislation. She says getting a statement admitted as an alternative to live testimony will not always be easy.
Victims never testify in murder cases either, and the state will jump those hurdles in order to gather the evidence and present it to a jury. So we believe that the state can continue to do that even without the victim helping.
Senators Mike Bennett of Bradenton and Doug Holder of Sarasota successfully got the measure passed that Governor Scott signed into law. The revision of the code applies to all criminal trials, but experts believe it to be extremely useful in domestic violence cases. Reporting in Sarasota, Jim Spiewak, SNN Local News 6.
During pre-trial hearings, prosecutors must convince the judge the statement is necessary before the judge can determine whether to admit a prior statement into evidence. The judge has the final say.